Okay, this is where we left off. We made a scenario analysis, you remember, and we were able to look at different output variables, and hmm, we can put the debt to capital ratio, see what happened to that over time in the different cases. And the bad news is, as soon as we went to the base case, everything got bad. So let's see if we can, maybe we'll try this. We'll put the company case just versus the base case to see if we can understand which one is really causing this. Now we can make a tornado diagram. In the tornado diagram, let's just count how many variables we had, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 equal transpose. Okay. And shift control enter. Now, just before I go to this, you remember here's the debt to capital and we can look at what happened to the debt in the company case. In the base case, it went really bad compared to the company case. So let's see what happened. And this is what we could do. You know, we could look at all of these other things, but the debt to capital, I think, is a good one to kind of look at. This is bad news because it doesn't survive the base case, whereas the company case, it's just fine. Now, I really can't seem to understand which of the variables is causing this to go crazy. It seemed to be all of them together. And what kind of mitigation could we have so we didn't have this situation, okay? And you know, we went through all of the different assumptions and said, okay, here's our base case and downside case and all that stuff, you know. We could even copy this to our assumptions graph, which I should have done a long time ago. Okay, and is it the flight expense per hour that's causing this? So, you know, we can look at these for all the different cases, and then we can also take the different assumptions. Somebody might say, well, why don't you show them next to each other? I suppose we can do some kind of data table to do that, but you know, in the company case, this maintenance went way down, and in the worst case, we just kept it the same, for example. So we want to figure out which of these assumptions is really causing the problems, and I hope the graphs would start to do this, but it doesn't really. So now um, let's get this little thing. Okay. Okay, so this time we'll make a tornado diagram. So it will be different than my other tornado diagrams, because we'll take a different one, and let's take the average. We could take the ending value too, but I'm just going to take the average for now. And I'm doing it wrong. So what we need to do is put, and I think what I'm not going to do this time is let's put the average of uh, of the planes grounded case, this case. Okay, and subtract the average of the base case. So suppose this is, and let's press F4. And why didn't it like that? I don't know. Okay. And then we can do the same thing, take the average. Oh, we just have, oh, I'm sorry, we just have this. We can, this is the company case versus the base case. Okay, we didn't put a downside case and all that in our thing, so then we can see which one is causing the highest impact, and we this looks okay, but it's not really. We'd much rather have a bar, and I suppose we can. It's really no different. Okay, so in this case, the price increase is somewhat higher, but they're all kind of causing a pretty significant thing. Suppose we could let's call this a downside. No, I'll call it sensitivity. Okay, now I suppose we could let's go to the scenario analysis and compare the low. No, let's start with the base case and compare that to the low case. I suppose what I really should do is allow you to redo the data table with a button. Okay. It's not got a really good name, has it? Okay. That was not very good. Why didn't that work? Just a minute. Is this everything? This has the base case in it. And this gives the low case. I don't know exactly why that didn't work. Let's look at the balance of the new debts. Again, it's the same kind of thing. Let's look at, how about we look at the low case? Let's just do this one. It better give us the same number. It's not quite right, is it? So this should have been the average. We should have put offset. Oh shit. We go up to the top. And we'll start here. How about that? And then for the row, let's put the row number we want. Press F4, comma, 0 for the column number. And then the height is 1. And the width is, how many years did we have? Let's, 2005, 6, 7 years, I think. And we need to close this. Oh, great. Okay, I'm pausing it for a minute and we'll fix it. Okay, I made a a little mistake as usual. I should have put the offset in the end, not the beginning. And when we do the base case compared to the low case, then assumptions I apparently made, were more extreme for the price increase than the other revenues, and perhaps the other revenues was a little too extreme. Let's just do the same thing we just did. Make sure that, okay, so we can compare the company case to the low case. How about that? Let's do that one. Just press the button to redo the data table, and then we can look at the diagram. And it's really the maintenance and the price that's causing a big thing. Other revenues, probably we made too big I just said that, okay? And, capital expenditures, these even made somewhat of a difference, surprisingly. Okay, so that's it. Let's say let's put the debt to capital, let's do the same thing. Should be almost the same diagram. Not quite. Oh, interesting. Okay, price by far the biggest. And if we do the company case, let's do the company case against the base case. Run the data table. We'll see this is the maintenance and the flight expense. Okay, so enough of that, but that shows you how to make another kind of tornado diagram.